Communication and year 1 to 3-month-old. After the newborn stage, you and your baby will start to enjoy two-way conversations, exchanging smiles and sounds. As your baby becomes a more active and alert, a new personality will begin to shine through. How do babies communicate? Crying continues to be a baby's main way to communicate, and lets parents know that they need something. They also may still have fussy periods, or cry when overwhelmed by all the sights and sounds of the world. Your baby will respond to the sound of your voice by turning their head, and becoming quiet, smiling, or getting excited and moving their arms and legs. When you smile, your baby might smile back. Babies are discovering their ability to make sounds. Soon you'll have a cooing and gurgling machine. Your baby will talk to you with a variety of sounds. Some babies begin to make some vowel sounds, like ah or ooh, during this time. What should I do? Interact with your baby often. Your baby loves the sound of your voice. So talk, read, sing, and coo away during these first few months. Respond enthusiastically to your baby's sounds and smiles. Tell your baby what they're looking at or doing, and what you're doing. Name familiar objects as you touch them or bring them to your baby. Have conversations with your baby. If you hear your baby make a sound, repeat it and wait for an answer. You're teaching your baby valuable lessons about tone, pacing, and taking turns when talking to someone else. This also sends the message that your baby is important enough to listen to. Don't interrupt or look away when your baby is talking. Show you're interested and that your little one can trust you. Notice when your baby needs quiet time. Sometimes babies aren't in the mood to talk or vocalize. They may need to take a break from all the stimulation. Babies might turn away, close their eyes, or become fussy or irritable. If this happens, let your little one rest or just try cuddling. Is my baby crying too much? Most babies have a fussy period about the same time every day, which usually begins in early evening. Though all newborns cry, and can be fussy, when an infant who is otherwise healthy cries for more than 3 hours per day, more than 3 days per week for at least 3 weeks, it is a condition known as colic. This can be upsetting, but the good news is that most babies outgrow it at around 3 or 4 months of age. When should I call the doctor? Talk to your doctor if you are concerned about your baby's communication skills or hearing. By the end of this period, most babies react to loud sounds. Make sounds other than crying. Smile when you talk to them. Smile when you smile at them. Keep in mind that there's a wide range of what's considered normal, so some babies gain skills earlier or later than others. Medically reviewed by Mary L. Gavin, Maryland. Date reviewed, May 2022. Thank you for listening to this Kids Health audio cast. The information you heard is for educational purposes only. If you need medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment, consult your doctor. Communication and your 4 to 7-month-old. Your baby's range of sounds and facial expressions continues to grow, with lots of smiling, laughing, and babbling. Your baby is also copying sounds, an important skill for learning to talk. How do babies communicate? Your baby will use sounds, other than crying, to get your attention and express feelings. Babies this age begin to experiment with the sounds they can make with their mouths. Make no mistake, these are your baby's early attempts at speaking and should be encouraged as much as possible. Your baby can understand meaning through the tone of your voice. Soothing tones are comforting, sharp, stern, or agitated tones say something is wrong. Now, your baby is beginning to understand the basics of communication through language. Babies can hear and understand different sounds and the way words form sentences. During this period, they will learn to take turns when making sounds with you, blow raspberries, squeal and laugh, and may start to respond to their names. What should I do? Interact often and play talking games. Babies this age enjoy vocal games and interactions. They will be thrilled when you copy their coos and babbles. Imitate your baby's ba and agu, then follow up by saying some simple words that contain the same sound. Have conversations with your baby. Speak and then wait for your baby to answer. Ask questions and respond enthusiastically to whatever response you get. It helps to slow your speech and emphasize single words. For example, say, "Do you want a toy?" This is your toy, as you show it. Then wait for a response. Following your speech with moments of silence will encourage your baby to vocalize. The give and take of these early discussions sets the stage for those first real words and conversations in the months ahead. Name everything. Introduce your baby to simple words that apply to everyday life. Name familiar people, objects, and activities. Babies understand words long before they can say them, so use real words, and cut back on baby talk. When should I call the doctor? If you have concerns about your baby's communication skills or hearing, talk to your doctor. By the end of the 7th month, most babies turn their head after hearing the sound of your voice. Take turns making sounds with you. Squeal and laugh. Imitate sounds. Keep in mind that there's a wide range of what's considered normal, so some babies gain skills earlier or later than others. Communication and your 8 to 12-month-old. In these months, your baby might say mama or dada for the first time, and may communicate using body language, like waving bye-bye and shaking their head. Your baby is paying even more attention to your words and gestures and will try very hard to copy you, so be careful what you say. How do babies communicate? Babies this age test their verbal skills as they prepare for their big speaking debut. From babbling strings of consonants like ba-ba-ba-ba, they will begin to produce recognizable syllables, such as ma, ba, and da. By seeing their parents' excitement at hearing dada or mama, babies soon learn to connect a word with its meaning. Even before babies say their first word, they are learning to communicate through gestures like lifting up their arms so you can pick them up and waving goodbye. They can make facial expressions that look happy, sad, angry, and surprised. You'll know your baby understands what you say when you ask "Where's Daddy?" and your little one looks his way. You might point and say, "Go find the ball," and your baby may crawl right to it. Babies look when you call their names and pause briefly or stop what they're doing when you give a firm no. What should I do? Interact often. Continue talking, singing, and reading to your baby. Repeat sounds and say simple words. Ask your baby to point to familiar objects, and ask, "Where's the cup?" Or point to a ball, and ask, "What's that?" Pause before you provide the answer. Soon your baby will be pointing and saying ba. Label everything. Labeling objects reinforces the message that everything has its own name. From milk in the morning to a teddy bear at night, naming familiar objects will help your little one learn what they're called. Make learning a whole body experience. Touch your baby's toe when you say the word toe. Or point out your own ear, and say, "Mommy's," or "Daddy's," ear. Face each other when you speak to let your baby see your facial expression and lip movements. Sing and play rhyming games. This encourages language learning. Throw in hand gestures, and vary the style and tempo of the music to keep your baby's attention. Babies like rhymes, which show how playful language can be. Read from large, colorful picture books, and encourage your baby to turn the pages. Ask your baby to read and answer your questions. When should I call the doctor? If you have concerns about your baby's language skills or hearing, talk to your doctor. By 12 months, Most babies understand no, pause briefly or stop when you say it. Make different sounds like mama mama or baba baba. Wave bye bye. Call caregivers mama and papa, or other special name. Keep in mind that there's a wide range of what's considered normal when it comes to language development, so some babies gain skills earlier or later than others. Thank you for listening to this Kids Health audio cast. The information you heard is for educational purposes only. If you need medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment, consult your doctor.